Well then.
Well, as you can see, the galley wench has had her way with this galley, and it is spotless and clean and organized, and pretty much every bit of work that can be done has been done down here. So Melly can't hide below decks anymore. We have some work to do, and Melly's gonna dive into the deep end. She's not so great with a hammer or saw, but she's great with a wrench, so we're putting her on wrenching duty. And I gotta work out some electronics, and hopefully, God, I hope today the batteries are gonna show up. It's been 9 or 10 weeks of paperwork and emails, hundreds and hundreds of emails, but we're almost there, guys. I'm so excited. Spent a fortune on these batteries, but it's gonna be big. Are you excited?
About batteries?
Are you
Yeah,
excited?
because then finally you're gonna be calm and settle for a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I've been a little stressed out about the power on board. We've been running everything off of an old 30 or 25 amp hour AGM battery that's been damaged several times, so we've got about like 5 working amp hours, so enough to run the LED lights for like a little bit, and that's it. It'd be nice to have real batteries on board. For the last couple days, I've been charging all my batteries at the big power station on Vern's boat because we've had no power on board, basically. But the advantage is at night we can just take that power bank, drop it here, and charge that little tiny battery. And don't have to worry about everything depleting. Haven't had wind here in like 2 or 3 weeks now. So it's been an interesting haul, but I'm excited to get electrics sorted out. Right now I'm working on wiring in a couple of the LED lights. So these are RGB LED strips. I went with RGB because I wanted it to be able to turn them to a night mode or red so that they don't ruin your night vision on night sails. But ideally, yeah, they'll be on white all the time. Won't be doing much night sailing anyway. But still kind of a cool feature to have, and I want to thank people on my Amazon wishlist for getting this for us. It's hugely important, lights on board, especially given how little light we have coming from the sun this time of year. So I'm looking forward to having them strung up and wired up and ready to go.
I ain't really worried about nothing. All these people all around me always worry about something, yeah. Saying I should stay up in the books and not start to build a buzz, but they the ones bugging, yeah. So I don't really feel like staying. I don't really feel like playing. Quit fucking with the plans.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you'll remember, I am running a 48 volt system on this boat. And what I decided to do is run all the major connector line on this heavy gauge marine line, and that will bring the power around the boat to terminals. Each terminal will have a 200 watt 48 volt to 12 volt transformer. That's this guy. That'll go into a fuse block. That's this guy. And then from the fuse block, every individual one will run out with its 18 gauge wire to switches and to the actual devices they're powering, bilge pumps, fans, and lights. That sort of thing. Exciting. So we gotta wire all of this stuff up. Well, at least we'll start wiring all this stuff up.
I ain't really worried about nothing. All these people all around me always worry about something, yeah. Saying I should stay up in the books and not start to build a buzz, but they the ones bugging, yeah. So I don't really feel like staying. I don't really feel like playing. Quit fucking with the plans. A couple young kids.
Alright, well I got a lot of wiring work done, but since we don't have a battery pack here yet for me to power all of that stuff on, I'm not going to show it to you just yet. We'll have to wait till tomorrow. But since we're running out of daylight already, we're going to run over and check out Sandwell and see some beach. It's a nice day to go to the beach. We got rain for the next 3 days, so the beach will be nice. Oh, don't be so sad about it.
But look at the sandy dog. 10? 10 more times the stroke. Give it to me! Oh. Oh.
Back to work this morning. We've been cracking at it, making some templates for a new staircase that we've built. We're making the frames out of 1 by 1.5 Douglas fir. So we're using epoxy glue and screw combination to fasten it all together, making templates out of cardboard once again, and cutting them out of more fir plywood. Alright, as you can see behind me, we've laid in the framework. These are the 3 of the 4 or 5, I guess, bulkheads that are going to go on this side. Kind of exciting. You can kind of see where the countertop is going to sit. And then we're going to have a nice big window on this one. A nice big window over here as well. It's going to be really nice. I think most of the time with these windows open, since the boat is so high up off the water, we'll get a nice breeze through here and we'll get less windage from that. Air coming through the boat instead of, you know, just this big huge shield. For the bigger Wharrams I've seen it, they go about this route and they stiffen up, put a big huge hard top across the top with some stainless pipe. I've kind of gone a different route, made bigger blockier plywood kind of settings, but the concept is essentially the same, and once we punch the holes for all the windows it should be the same level of breeziness, which will be good. Plus I've scored a nice place for me to stand up fully and cook, which is exciting. So yeah, we got the framework for the stairs done as well, and we're just waiting on the batteries because I don't want to cut that main lead until I have the new wiring in place and the new batteries hooked up. So we've got the templates, we've got the plywood all cut out for the stairs, but we haven't been able to lay it in because I kind of put the wire right in the middle of it by accident. Alright, anyway, speaking of the batteries, we haven't heard a thing. There's been a huge lack of communication when it comes to these batteries. Been a real mess trying to get them here. So we gotta find out where they are and why they're now 3 days late. Melly enjoys just hugging the life out of Champ on every row back and forth from the boat. Champ is learned to be okay with it. He's got like a forlorn, sad look in his eyes every time you hug him. It's like, oh, physical contact again. Oh no.
We're bandana buddies.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
She's also been dressing him.
Yeah.
How's it feel, champ? Yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks for watching. This build is made possible in no small part thanks to your help. Patreon is the backbone of this project's finances, and there's plenty of cool perks there. If you'd rather make a one-time donation, there's a PayPal link in the description as well. There's also an Amazon wish list in the description if you'd rather directly invest in parts I'll need for the build. Lastly, if you'd like to help me build, please get in touch. A day sanding is a day sailing when she launches. Thanks so much.